Hey guys, What If Maker here with my first ever What If. I'm going to be doing a What If Deku was a villain. Anyways, so in this, Deku is going to be a part of a part of Shigaraki's family. He's going to be Shigaraki's cousin. Yep. And in this, Shigaraki and Dabi are related. Well, and I like to believe Dabi is Toya Todoroki, just because I like that theory. So I'm going to make it so Shigaraki is the cousin of Toya Todoroki. So in this, well, not cousin. They're going to be like best friends. And their sister and brother. Shigaraki's going to have a brother, yes. Thing is, he's going to have like a stronger version of DK than Shigaraki. And I know Toya has a sister, but I'm going to give her another sister. Her name will be Shotoria Todoroki. And her quirk is gonna be like that. It's gonna be like his Dabi's, except it's gonna be purple flame. And it's gonna hurt way more because purple flame is the stronger flame than blue. This is a stronger flame than blue. And they're both 18. And they're going to take the last name Toya. Not Toya. Todoroki. Shigaraki's still going to keep his name Shigaraki. And in this, they're both 20. And they're having their first child. And in this, Deku will have a quirk. It'll be a stronger version of DK and a stronger version of cremation. For this, cremation's gonna be Deku's quirk will be like he shoots out blue flames out of his hands and out of his mouth or any part of his body, and as soon as they touch something, the blue flames disappear, and where that blue flame touched, that area will start decaying. So it'll be like a decayed flame. The thing is, though, the drawback is, if he shoots it out of his eyeballs or any place like that, he has a chance of losing sight. It's like the Amaterasu from Naruto. If he shot it out of his eyeballs. The thing is, he's mostly gonna main it to his arms and mouth. But a drawback is the DK could decay his lungs, because since it's not supposed to come out of his mouth, but because he does it anyways, it makes his lungs start decaying due to his breath being made of decay, like the fire having decay, and it's coming from his lungs. And because his lungs are going to be so strong from having fire, he can breathe in smoke without gaining any form of cancer or stuff like that, or illness. So he's basically immune to smoke. So, and in this, I'm gonna make it so Deku's parents are divorced because they had an argument on how they're going to take care of Izuku. So, Shigaraki's older brother will be named Shimura. Yeah, his name will be Shimura. It's close to it. Shomura Todoroki, but his name's gonna be frick. Show him where Todoroki. That's autism. Not autism. That's dumb. I'm gonna try keeping it as family friendly as I can. And this, and after that, Izuku, neither of them wanted to take care of him. So they put him into an orphanage. Now we're gonna skip to the Izuku when he was the age of 2. Yes, 2. And he's being his... And, the orphanage decided to put him into school. Like, preschool. Because, like, this is a super, like, nice orphanage. Don't mind that, sorry, mates. It's like a nice orphanage. There's only like a 100 to 200 people there, kids there, and it goes from the ages 18 to from ages 2 to 18. The rule is once you get to turn 18, you are allowed to leave. Oh yeah, hang in with me. I haven't actually watched My Hero Academia, and I plan on watching it very soon. So I don't know the timing of each like event. So, don't mind that, but it'll be at, like, random times that, like, I believe they should be at. But anyways, on to the story. We're gonna go to Deku, that's hanging out with his friend. His friend's name is gonna be Roy Nagashi. Roy Nagashi has the quirk Flame. This quirk makes it so he can breathe and inhale fire. It's like Natsu Dragoneel's power, where he can eat fire and stuff like that. But, like, he can't eat it and return it, but he can take it in and use it to boost his firepower. But the thing is, he must be warm to be able to use his firepower. So when he's cold, he can't use it. And he meets his first friend in preschool. I forgot his name already. God damn it. Sorry guys, I have a very bad memory. So I really can't remember that much stuff. I'm gonna name him Taiutsu. And his quirk is flame. Yeah, I know. By the way, if you like this background picture, I don't know the artist's name, but if I can find it, I'll tell you next episode. Or I'll link them in the description. Anyways, on to the story. Sorry, mates. I keep getting distracted. So we're gonna go to Naruto. Oh, fuck. I was watching Naruto earlier. I'll go to watch. We'll go back. Now we're gonna go to Izuku playing with his friend Taiutsu. They're playing tag. And they're 3 years old. Yeah, they're 3 years old. And they're playing tag with a couple other kids. Kaido Utsu, younger brother to Taiutsu, with the quirk electricity. It's like Kaminari's ability, but like weaker and not as good. Because he can only conduct electricity. Like, he can take in electricity, but the thing is, the only way to get rid of it is by exporting it out his fingers. It's like the Senbon needle, but, like, it can only come out his fingers. Like the Senbon needle from Naruto. That Madara used. It's like that, but he can only use it in his pointer fingers. That's the only way to get rid of electricity. Anyway, so they're playing tag. and they're 3 years old. Well, 3 and Taiotsu is 4. And he accidentally uses his quirk on Izuku, which starts burning his Izuku. Sorry about that, guys. I accidentally let my phone turn off, which made it so the recording stopped. Anyways, we'll go back to where we started. Anyways, so Taiotsu accidentally made it so Izuku accidentally used his quirk on Izuku, which made it so Izuku's clothing started burning. So then Taiotsu started screaming for help, and then one of the nursery ladies, like the daycare ladies, came to help, and they got the fire extinguisher and put out Izuku. Then they saw that he had some serious burns, so they had to take him to the hospital. And at this hospital, they saw Izuku's old wife. Not old, never mind. Saw his friend Bakugo from the school, from the daycare they went to. Because during that day, Bakugo was out because he had a doctor's appointment to go to, so he wasn't at school that day. And in this, Bakugo isn't as mean to Deku, but he is slightly meaner than normal. He's like much meaner than you. He's like sort of mean as a little kid, but he's not as mean. He's sort of as nice as he was when he was a little kid in canon, but like he's a pretty much, he can be mean to, but he can switch personalities, like to mean immediately if someone annoys him too much. Anyways, so we go to Izuku, who's going into an infirmary to get healed by a medical team that has some medical quirks. So they're healing Izuku, and they're questioning what happened to him. And then the daycare lady, one of the workers at the daycare went with them and told them that someone accidentally used their quirk on him. And therefore, and they had like a flame quirk, which hurt Izuku pretty bad, but like it's not that as bad as it would be if they didn't get there sooner. And then since it wasn't as bad, they could treat it within like an hour. So because they had like some sort of advanced medical thing, like a medical quirk, where they could heal anything, like anything and everything, minus like All Might's injuries, because this is after the fight between All Might and All For One. Well, yeah, All For One. Because All Might's injuries are like way too big for this. Sorry about that. Anyways, so now we'll go to the next day with Izuku at the orphanage. And he's getting bullied by a kid that's 8 years old. And it's his birthday today. He just turned 4, and he's hoping to unlock his quirk. And in this, you'll have his quirk name will be delayed, not too late. His quirk will be called Blue Decay, just because it comes out blue and it disappears. And this is how his quirk works. blue fire comes out of his hand. It doesn't burn the enemy, but it starts decaying the enemy. And has the properties of like smoke. Like the fire has the properties of smoke. So it can easily be blown away. But if it touches you, you better watch out, because it will start decaying your body instantly and insanely fast. But it also works like this. If Deku touches you and then activates his quirk, you will instantly start decaying as fast as you possibly can. Like, it's an instant decay. It instantly decays your whole body and sets you on fire. And this fire actually hurts. So you better watch out. And with this, Deku is sort of happy that he has a quirk, but people say it's a villain quirk, because it's like a weird quirk. It's like the villains, Dabi and Shigaraki. Because like in this, they're villains already, because this is only like 2 years after Dabi left, like went missing and supposedly died. And it's after Shigaraki killed his whole family, including his older brother. And in this, his mom, like, I forgot her name, but Izuku's mom, Inu Todoroki, yeah, her name will be Inu. Inu Todoroki died from a car crash because she was drunk and died. Like, she was drunk driving because she had a hard day at work and she got into a fight with Shimura, Shigaraki's brother. And this was on the same day Shigaraki's brother died. So they died and had a I forgot what they are. We'll just say they had a ceremony because she died. A funeral. Yeah, they had a funeral because their daughter died. So anyways, in this, Shigaraki, Tomura Shigaraki, well, I believe Tomura Shigaraki isn't his real last name. Like, I believe Shigaraki is One for All's. All for One was All for One's last name. And after the decay incident Shigaraki had that killed his whole family, and he met.
Shut up.
So anyways, I believe Shigaraki is All for All's, All for One's last name that he gave to Tomura Shigaraki, Tomura, after the decay incident. So yeah. So anyways, go to Deku waking up on the day of his birthday. Then he goes to, they have a little birthday cake for him. Like not daycare. The people at the orphanage have like a little birthday cake for them ready. So he blew them out, and with blowing them out, he accidentally activated his quirk, blowing a blue decay out of his mouth, which accidentally decayed some of them. It was like a small flame. It's like an ember from a Charmander. Have you ever seen like the ember sprite from like one of the old new Pokemon games? It's like that. smaller. Anyways, so he accidentally used his quirk, which burnt the candles and accidentally hit a chair, and then the chair instantly decayed. I'm also going to make it so his quirk can come out of his mouth like a flamethrower or some shit like that. But, like, it's going to be lighter. Not as painful. Oh. Sorry about that. Sorry about that again, guys. I accidentally let my phone turn off again. Anyways, back to where we were. So anyways, we'll go back to where we were. With Izuku accidentally using his quirk. By the way, in this, his name is Izuku Shigaraki. No, Izuku Todoroki. But, like, the Todoroki family doesn't know they have a child. Like a niece slash granddaughter slash grandfather. Have a grandson. They don't know they have a grandson slash nephew. So they wouldn't come and adopt him. So after he accidentally uses his quirk on the chair, he burns the chair completely. Not burn. I know how I said his flame will be purple, but it's called blue decay at the beginning, but he can heat up the flame. And this blue decay, it's called blue decay because it comes out blue, even though it's supposed to be purple. But it's not purple yet because he's young, he's only 4. So once he gets older, he will have hotter flames. He will have hotter flames, so he will be able to use stronger fire moves. So anyways, we're going to skip 3 years into the future. Deku has been bullied just because people look at his quirk and they see like a villain quirk. Yeah, they see a villain quirk. So he always gets like bullied for having like a villain quirk. So it's one day he's walking home back to the orphanage. He still hasn't been adopted because once they saw his quirk, they thought he was too much of a villain. It was too much of a villain quirk for him to have, for them to take, for them. So they didn't want him because they were 90% sure, 100% sure that he was going to turn out to become a villain. Which they will be correct, but later on. Anyways, so we'll go back to where we were. Zuko getting bullied underground till eventually he's been bullied for the past 3 years. He's now 7. He goes to middle school. He's in grade 1. Yeah, he's in grade 1. Because when he turned 4, it was his final year of... It was his first year of kindergarten. Yeah. So he's in kindergarten. And he's been bullied ever since he was 4 for having such a villainous quirk. And they said it was a villainous quirk because it was just like it was a quirk just like the villain Dabi and the villain Shigaraki. So there's like, what is this? So we're now like, we don't want this. So they've been bullied. He gets bullied by some adults too because he's a little kid with a villainous quirk. Till one day he decides to run away. So he runs into an alleyway. And he's just crying and crying. His eyes out. And the thing is, while he's crying, his quirk activates randomly. And in this, he has a choice to activate his quirk or not. And in this, it just randomly activated. And he just starts crying his blue decay, putting scars on his face, like black scars going down his eyeballs. For a second, his eyesight goes blurry, but then it kicks back in, starts working again. And then all he sees is his eyes will be from light green to like a light bluish color. And he will not be as crusty as Shigaraki, because he still has that like flame part. But he will have some burns on his legs, arms, and eyeballs, because he has those burns going under his eyeballs, like Dabi's. But the thing is, he's just crying in an alleyway until someone walks up to him and they're like, "Hey, kid, are you alright?" He looks up and sees Dabi, the villain. Not Dabi. He looks up and sees One for All. Because in this, One for All is way stronger than All Might. But, like, he's not in as much pain because he has a stronger regeneration quirk. Sorry about that. That must have been disgusting. So anyways, he's not in as much pain, but he can walk around now. This is 4 years after the fight between All Might and All for One. And in this, he asks Zuko if he's okay. Like, not caring at all. And he's like, "Are you okay, kid?" And Zuko's like, yes. Still crying. In this, Shigaraki is not going to be the disciple of One for All for One, I mean. And in this, Zuko will be the successor of All for One. So anyways, that's gonna Zuko takes his Zuko's like, "Yeah, I'm okay, but like everyone says I should be a villain." Then All for One's like, "And why don't you? You can join me in the League of Villains." And Zuko is like, "Oh, but I want to be." I'm so sorry about that. Anyways, back to what was going on. Izuku decides to go with the League of Villains, with All for One, becoming his successor. Because All for One's like, "I need a successor, kid, and you look strong. Not strong, you don't look strong. But you look like you'd be a good fit. You look like you have a lot of rage pent up." Oh yeah, and then this Tomar and Dabby are working with All for One. So anyways, Shigaraki and Toya, or Daddy, are working for All for One. And yes, I know, Dabby didn't start working for, wasn't a part of the League of Villains until the USJ attack. I believe so, at least. In this, he joined early. Yeah, he joins way early. Anyways, in this, Zuko takes All for One's hand, and All for One uses a teleportation quirk and teleports them to the League of Villains hideout, where Zuko, All Might, asks Zuko, "What's your quirk?" Then Deku's like, "My quirk is blue decay. It's where blue flames shoot out of my hands or mouth. And it starts burning everything. It burns and decays everything." Then Shigaraki hears us, walks over, and is like, "Hey kid, did you know my quirks?" It's like, "Kid, where did you get it? Where are your parents?" And Deku's like, I don't have any parents. I'm from an orphanage. Parents didn't want me and they put me there." And Shigaraki's like, but my older brother had a form of decay. Are you sure your quirk is blue decay? Because only the Tomaras have that type of quirk. In this, the Tomaras are famous. Not Tomaras. Yeah, not the Tomaras. I don't know Shigaraki's full name, but I'm just gonna make it Tomura. Never mind, yeah, it's Tomura. Tomura. The Tomaras are known for having like a decay sort of quirk. And Deku's like, yeah, I have blue decay. And from hearing this, um, All for One is shocked. It's like, Tomura, then you could be a part of the Tomura family. But and then Zuko's like, but my name is Snuffle. Is Izuku Todoroki. My this Dobby is shocked. It's like, I didn't know there was any other Todorokis out there. Anyways, I'm gonna end this for this episode. If I can hit 5 likes, I will make another episode. If not, I'll make a new What If. Just comment your ideas and I will make them. Anyways, bye guys. Hope you enjoy